So do you want the rumor? How rumor?
It's not quite a rumor.
Loose.
It's not quite a rumor, right? It's an Instagram post, and that's pretty much it. Of a guy that is rumored to be available to the league. Is that the furthest you could probably go with it? Jaylen Waddle?
I guess. It's not happening. All right, connect dots. Let's connect the dots.
Okay.
The Dolphins are maybe likely to have a fire sale.
Yes.
There's a report that the Seahawks have offered Tariq Woolen, and the Seahawks want Devin Achane. Why? But okay, they want Achane. Should the Dolphins get out?
It is weird because they already have 2 running backs that they've invested in.
Right. They do only have one good running back. One's good, one's not good. Charbonnet's not good. Kenneth Walker is good.
Right.
So okay, they want Devin Achane. So there's a report that teams are calling the Dolphins about players. The Dolphins have traded some players, like they traded Jalen Ramsey to the Steelers, who he did not do such a good job covering Jamar Chase last night. I don't know who does, though. All right, so connect some dots. The Dolphins might have a fire sale. Okay. Jaylen Waddle scrubs references of Miami from his bio on Instagram. What does that mean?
And unfollowed some Dolphins players, including Tua.
Okay. What does that mean? Not much, because he posted a bunch of pictures of himself in Dolphins uniform. In uniform.
Yep. With the caption, though.
That said? ...
Dot.
What's that mean?
And he hadn't posted since May.
That's right.
So something caused him... Could have just been anything. He logged into Instagram to post something, and he had not done that in 5 months.
And then all the pictures that he posts, it's a bunch of pictures of him in Dolphins jerseys, and one of them is him in Buffalo. 2 of them are him in Buffalo. Mm-hmm. There's no other, I don't think there's no other, it's a picture, you can clearly see it. It's him at night in Buffalo,
the
primetime game from a couple of weeks ago.
There's no other
really
picture of another team in the background or whatever, right?
Right.
There's no other fan. The Giants aren't waking up this morning going, "Did you see Waddle posted a picture of him in New York?" Right, so there wasn't that.
It's not much of anything, right?
It's less than when DeAndre Hopkins posted the Buffalo Soldier song on his Instagram, right?
That's a good one.
While he was drinking orange juice. And people are like, oh, is that because of OJ?
Oh my God!
There was a lot of tying in during the Hopkins.
Whenever
Hopkins legitimately said he wanted to play in Buffalo.
That's true, and with Josh Allen. Whenever we go down this road, if you do this like we do sometimes, like he said this on Instagram, and he's OJ Buffalo Soldier. You're not allowed to make fun of Swifties that notice that Taylor Swift's album comes out on a certain day, and she likes that number. And like my wife tells me all the coded stuff that Taylor Swift does.
Yeah.
It's the same thing for us to say, like, look at Jaylen Waddle. Look at that picture. That picture's in Buffalo. He posted it to Instagram. What could that mean? ... Keon Coleman also had a post, and then he deleted it. His post simply said, say less. And then he deleted it. And
which was him saying less.
People are trying to figure out what that meant. I don't know. Is what it is. 803-0550. 1-888-552-550.
It's the real reason, though, that the Waddle thing will not happen is because he's in the division, right?
It depends.
And it would be that and your question of like whether the Bills would be motivated to go get let me ask it this way: if Jaylen Waddle was on the Cardinals, do you think that the Bills would want him?
I don't know because of the price. The price tag, the price of the player, the desire to not do that. Because they like what they have.
He's already been paid, so there's money there.
Yes,
right?
That's right. That's right. I don't know if there's injury concern. It's tough. Whenever we talk about making a trade in division, we have to note that it does happen sometimes. Would I ever trade with the Dolphins if I'm the Bills? Maybe. Would I trade with the Bills if I'm the Dolphins? No. This goes back to the Chiefs Worthy trade. If I'm the Chiefs, I'm not afraid of trading with the Bills. If I'm the Bills, I am afraid of trading with the Chiefs. This is match play. I'm losing. Trade, if it's a fair trade, they're still ahead. I don't want to make that trade with them ever. The day the Bills made the Worthy trade for Coleman, I hated it. I would have hated it if the Chiefs took Coleman and the Bills took Worthy. Even if the Bills would have looked better, fine. Do not help your main opponent that you're trailing, that you're chasing, because that is a recipe for losing. And we are really still only 1 year into that, and it is looking like a big loss because the Chiefs have a guy that's a bigger piece of what they do than your guy, and their guy has directly affected you. And Coleman has, I don't know if he caught 3 balls against the Chiefs in those games?
Oh, I don't even know if it's that. I'm not sure.
I'll find out. Not a lot. I would not trade with a team I'm chasing. To me, it doesn't make sense.
The Dolphins, though, I would say, though, that it's match play, but they're not in the match anymore.
That's what I mean. Like, do I have to worry about that? This is the Bengals and the Browns trading for Flacco. If you're the Browns, why do you care?
Right.
You're at the bottom. You're trying to find a new quarterback. The Bengals are not really in your hair. Who cares?
Right.
If you're the Browns, you might even be happy to stick it to the Steelers by giving them a quarterback in Cincinnati.
And that's what I might say if I'm Miami. Like, if I'm trading Waddle, Hill is done, and the Tua experiment is probably nearing its end. I'm firing people. Like, all right, this is all ending. And my chase of the Bills, I'm not chasing the Bills right now. I need to pick myself back up before I can worry about chasing down the Bills. And by the time I do that, Waddle might be 30, and maybe I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
Or maybe you think, like, I'm not even worried about competing with them right now because I know it's not realistic. So, all right, you want my injury-plagued receiver? Sure. Here you go.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to make it to 32 playing the way he is. That could be a thought process.
The answer to Coleman and what the Chiefs know of him so far, he missed the regular season matchup last year. And in the playoff game, he had 1 catch for 12 yards on 4 targets. So that's that.
Probably playing a lot of the snaps, by the way. So, I don't know. Maybe it's not impossible. Waddle. The thing, though, there's a couple things that do work, and there's a couple things that maybe they wouldn't like. One thing is that they might not like is that he is paid. He's 3-year, $84 million extension, so it's $28 million per year, but it hasn't kicked in yet. Which is also good, though, because that's how you could get him. $1.1 million base salary right now. Like, you could just, if you did want him on the short term and the Dolphins were willing to trade him and
you could just have
you were
him.
figured out the compensation, the cap is not a problem here. At least not for this year. It's not a problem.
He's about to start that deal.
I think so.
3 years, $84 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, his cap hit next year is 11, and then in 2027 it's 33.
Right. So you better be sure that he's got it, like that it's going to work. And I would probably be pretty sure, wouldn't you? That if he was on this team, he is super talented.
He's very good. He's very fast.
He's super fast. That if you put that dude on this team, not to compare it all to Diggs, but what was Diggs in Minnesota before he got to the Bills? He's a really good receiver.
Yep. Really
talented. Was worthy of an extension, probably similar to what Waddle got now if you got to, do the inflation adjusted whatever. So Diggs comes here, though, and there's the ascension. He's, this guy's not just like a really good, talented receiver. He's one of the 5 best in the sport. And Waddle, you might take him out of a place where the offense doesn't have a quarterback like that, and he's the number 2 option for the last 3 years. Put him on this offense with this quarterback as the number 1 option, and you might think he'd be like one of the 5 best receivers in football.
Well, one thing about Waddle, I was reading Matt Harmon about him of reception perception, and he points out something that, your role in an offense matters, and the Dolphins' offense with Waddle and Hill. Who's the guy that goes in motion all the time?
Hill.
Hill gets the catered touches. They engineer touches for Tyreek Hill throughout their time. And Waddle basically has a higher degree of difficulty job.
Yeah.
So Waddle keeps defenses honest, giving Hill more space. And he beats press coverage, he beats man coverage, but he does so with a harder job. And I don't know if he would come here, if it's a fit, if it could possibly work, that it would be a good idea. Could he be a yak guy? Of course, right? The Bills want their yak guys. Could he be a field stretcher? Of course.
The year before Hill got to Miami, he had 1,356 yards, and he led the NFL in yards per reception, 18.1.
Pretty good. 803-0550 and 1-888-550-2550. A good zone beater, a little bit better zone than man beater.
He's good. Like your biggest questions here would be, one, do the Bills want a receiver like that? Of course, because that's at the top for all these. 2, would Miami be willing to trade him to you? And 3, are you worried about the injuries? That's the other part of it.
Yeah. Also might be a little steep for I don't know if he's a true number 1, like you just pointed out. He was before Tyreek Hill got there.
And that's what I would be wanting to bank on.
Right.
Right. It's not a guarantee, but I would feel pretty confident that he is.